Welcome to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Hi, I'm Nikki, a passionate special educator, autism advocate, resource creator with over a decade of experience, and you may know me as the face behind Teaching Autism. This podcast is your go-to place for practical tips, hands-on strategies, and inspiring and funny stories to support special educators all around the world, whether it's building independence, creating engaging lessons, or finding that elusive work-life balance. I'm here to help you thrive inside and outside of the classroom. Let's dive into today's episode and make a difference together. Hey friends, welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education podcast. I'm Nikki, visual support lover, core work cheerleader, and today we are talking about something that often gets misunderstood in our classrooms, and that is echolalia and scripting, and how they can actually be amazing tools for building real, authentic language. So if you've ever had a student who repeats the same phrases over and over, or quotes Peppa Pig episodes out of the blue, or uses the same few lines of dialogue for everything, stick around, because today we are literally flipping the script and talking about how to embrace echolalia and scripting as meaningful communication. So first up, what is echolalia? Echolalia is when a person will repeat words, phrases, or sounds that they've heard before. So it can be immediate, so maybe repeating something right after it's said. So if you ask, do you want a snack? They'll repeat, want a snack? Or it could be delayed, so they might repeat something heard hours, days, even years ago, like lines from a show or a phrase that a teacher used, or even just a YouTube jingle. And let me be really clear here. So echolalia is not meaningless. It's not random. It's not just them parroting and repeating back. It's actually a way of communicating when spontaneous language might not yet be accessible for that individual. So what are scripts? Scripts are repeated lines, often from maybe their favorite media, past experiences, maybe even from familiar routines. So you might hear all aboard when they want to leave the room, or no way, Jose, when they're refusing a task, or we don't do that when they're feeling overwhelmed. Are you ready to rumble when excited? It's patterned language that they have picked up and are using in their own way to communicate something. And your job is to figure out the meaning behind the script and not just shut it down. And here's the gold. Research shows that echolalia is often a developmental stage of language acquisition, and this is especially true for autistic children. There was research way back in 1981, I'll link it in the show notes, that echolalia can serve many purposes, and this is things like requesting and affirming and protesting and self-regulating and even processing language. So instead of trying to eliminate it, what we want to do is tune in and build on it. So I'm going to give you some strategies here. Strategy 1, I want you to figure out the function. So when a student uses a script or a phrase, ask yourself, what is happening in the environment? What could they be trying to communicate? Are they using this phrase in a patterned way? So for example, a child who says time to clean up when overwhelmed might be trying to escape. Or do you want a banana could actually mean that they want a banana. And are you okay might be their way of asking for comfort. So once you know the function, you can respond meaningfully just like you would with any other communication attempt. Strategy number 2 is acknowledge and expand. So when you hear a script or an echo, don't ignore it. You want to validate it, and then you want to model a sort of natural extension for it. So Let's say that a student says, "It's raining tacos," when they're happy. You could reply, "It is fun. You're so excited." Or, "Yay, let's dance." Or if they say, "No way, Jose," you might say, "You're saying no, you don't want that." This gives their brain confirmation that they were understood, but it also gives them a new natural phrase that could be added to their communication bank. And over time, this is how echolalia can actually evolve into some spontaneous language. Strategy number 3, you're going to use your own scripts to teach. So here's where it kind of gets fun. We can provide scripts intentionally to support some language growth. So think of, "I want cookies. Help me, please. I don't like that. I need a break. Can I have more?" When these are modeled over and over in consistent routines, your students are going to start to use them independently. And it's kind of like programming their go-to phrases in everyday context. And these are exactly the kind of phrases that I support with my core vocabulary adapted books and matching activities. Head to the show notes. You can check them out on my TPT if you're looking for those. But those visual supports, they do pair beautifully with scripting and that core language. Strategy number 4, make room for media-based scripts. So instead of shutting down media-based scripting, so think of Bluey and Paw Patrol or that one very specific Minecraft sound, use it. So you can mirror it and echo back in a sort of playful tone. You could embed it into shared play. You could pair it with some core words. You could interpret it. That's from your show. You're excited. Sometimes a scripted line is their safest way to connect with you. And when you meet them there, you're sort of saying, "I hear you. I get you. Let's build from here." Strategy number 5, keep the pressure off. This is so important. Don't force language, don't correct echolalia. The goal isn't to get rid of scripts. The goal is to make communication feel safe and meaningful and flexible. So you want to let them use scripts in play and practice them in songs. Sort of echo your modeled language and even use AAC alongside some verbal scripts. And remember that progress looks different for every student. So you may have some students that stick with their scripts for years and years, whereas you may have other students who may start mixing and matching some new phrases over time. And all of that is valid. And when you start to view scripting and echolalia as communication instead of behavior, you're going to get better at building that real connection and relationship with your students and showing them that you do value them, that you're going to give them a voice, you're going to give them a bridge to some of that spontaneous language, and also a way that they can be heard and understood without any shame or correction. And really, that's all that we want. So next time that you hear a familiar line or repeated phrase, just smile and lean in. That's your student trying to reach out to you. Try and reach back to them as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I've posted a bunch of links in the show notes that will help you to continue your learning about echolalia, scripting, and core language. And as always, feel free to come say hi on social media. You can find me at Teaching Autism. I would love to hear how you're using echolalia and scripts in your classroom. Until next time, stay neuroaffirming, stay curious, and keep being the amazing educator that you are.